got the juice.
Still got the juice, Jacina Love. We're here with Bronx's own Chess. I mean, gracing us. Lyricist.
How you doing?
Hello. Someone that, I mean, in a game right now where I feel like, and no shade to any music out there right now, where we're following trends and it's a little more faster, we have a battle rapper come into a game like you and give into this culture. Talk to us about the art of battle rap.
First of all, battle rap is just one form, I guess, of being a lyricist. I just, to sum it up, you know what I mean? The difference between battle rap and music, I'd say, is of course one is done on a beat and one isn't, but it's bigger than that. Like with battle rap, it's a lot of intangibles that, like, it's more of an attack. You know what I mean? Battle rap is a verbal warfare. You know what I mean? Like the key word in battle rap is battle. You know what I mean? So everything we do is to mentally attack or mentally manipulate the people in front of us, whether it's the crowd or our opponent. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, we're not doing this just to make a good record or just to get spins. We're doing this to get a feeling out of people. And when I say a feeling, I mean that ooh, that oh, that you hear when the crowd goes crazy after you tell somebody something about they whoever or they parent or they aunt or they uncle. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people go that route because it's to get the feeling from, you know what I mean, from the people. You know what I'm saying? Battle rap is a sport. It's like a gladiator sport. You know what I'm saying, with words.
I love that. And I feel like you guys and comedians are the only ones that really are able to tell the truth and it not get physical.
I appreciate you saying that because I always like compare being a lyricist to being a comedian as well, like being a battle rapper, especially because I always looked at comedians like they have punchlines, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
They have crowd control, you know what I mean? They have to have presence, a certain cadence or a certain, you know what I mean? Certain pitch that connects with the crowd, you know what I mean? It's really about connection, you know what I mean? And that's really what I mean when I say the reactions, like the oohs and ahs. It's all about connection, you know what I mean? When I write music, it's more freely. Like I do it for people's opinion, but I more so do it for myself.
Yes.
With battle rap, I literally do that for people's opinion. You know what I mean? I do that to get a reaction out of people, whether it's my opponent being upset and mad and I can see the hate on his face or the anger, or for the crowd to go crazy and fall in love with the things that I'm saying. Like, you know what I mean? We're doing this specifically for other people. With music, that's my baby, that's for me. I keep that to myself because that's my way of being vulnerable and expressing myself, and you know what I mean?
That's a wow, I'm mind blown right now because that's it's not two total different worlds, but it's playing on two worlds. Although it's lyricism, right? And although we're playing with words on both ends, it's still, as you said, it's still two different entities that you're working with.
Right.
And that you're delivering.
Right. I think
is it delivering both?
I think the way they come together is that they're both like everything else, the politics. You know what I'm saying? You could look at the NBA, the WWE, UFC, boxing, it's all the presidential, whatever, you know, everything has politics in it, you know what I mean, which connects it all, you know what I mean? But other than the politics, the sport or the aspect of the sport has different routes or different, you know what I mean? It's just like basketball and street ball, you know what I mean? Playing a regular game of 21 or playing a full court in the NBA is kind of two totally different things, even though it's the same thing.
And at what age did you pick this up? Like, when were you looking for those oohs and ahs? And
I mean, I started battling at 14. I'm 24 now, so this is my 10th year in like the battle industry. I appreciate that.
And the youngest, right? You're doing it like one of the youngest.
Yeah, I'm the youngest, period. Well, it's people younger than me now. You know, I'm 24 now, so it's people growing up now. But literally, I'm the youngest. I was 15 years old on URF on Smack. You know what I mean? I was the youngest person to ever touch a Smack stage. You know what I mean? So I'm literally like their baby boy in a sense. Like they watched me grow up. You know what I mean? Like through my mistakes, my good, my bad. You know what I mean?
And I mean, for me, for us that we grew up in the hood, and this is kind of obvious, the question I'm about to ask, what has the Bronx given you to the battle rap, to making the music? What is the Bronx to that?
First and foremost, can I dive deep for a second?
Let's go.
Like, all right, so my grandmother, like, is a Black Panther, you know what I'm saying? You know, she's older now, more modern, so she don't be really into like, oh yeah, the people or nothing like that. But like growing up, she was a Panther. She was, you know what I'm saying? She was running around. Like her best friend was actually, I think his name was Antonio Ferguson, something like that. From
Wow.
I don't know if you ever seen I'm Gonna Get You Sucker. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Dude, the little pimp dude. He from Boys, Don't Be a Menace too.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? The one, you know what I'm saying? His mother had told him get his ass in the house and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? But that was her best friend growing up in school. And she used to chill in her house with like African Bambaataa and like Public Enemy and them, like all the, you know what I'm saying? The originators of hip hop, like what's his name? Cool Herc or whatever, I forgot his name, something like that, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I mean? Shouts to the OGs, you know what I'm saying?
That's right.
But you know, so my blood really run deep as far as like the music and you feel me, and like the just being an artist. So like I was always around it. My family was always around that shit. You know what I mean? So it's just like the Bronx gave me a lot. But as far as how I write and rap and shit like that, I think it's more so the experience it gave me, like the lessons, the trials, the tribulations, what I've gone through, what I've gotten through, who I've become, the character it built. You know what I'm saying? Things like that, because I express it all in my music. Like I don't sit there and really, and I'm not gonna say I don't tell a facade, because I do think we all exaggerate to an extent.
Yes.
Like whether it's like artists or people who write movies, or we all put like hyperbole in it. It's still, hyperbole is still a form of literature, and that's just exaggeration. You know what I'm saying? But
I'm really eating this up right now. I'm a teacher. So at the end of the day, to hear you speak so intellectually,
no, I appreciate that.
beautiful thing.
I appreciate that. But yeah, but you know what I'm saying? So it's just like there's still a form of literature. So I still use it in my art. You know what I mean? But for the most part, I do try to give them a raw part of me and try to be vulnerable in my music. So I don't just talk about the good. I gotta talk about the parts where I was down, where I was in love, where I was down bad, where I didn't have the answers to my question. You know what I'm saying? Homie wasn't always a city boy, but I wasn't always the chump neither, getting ran over, or, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't always the toughest nigga, but I was never the softest. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just a lot to tell my own story, you know what I'm saying? It's just so much more to me than just what people may seem, you know what I'm saying? Because they watched me grow up as a young kid, so the biggest misconception was that I was a young hothead, or I was just a wild, dumb nigga, like, until a nigga have a full-blown conversation with me and be like, damn, right? You know what I'm saying? So it's just, you feel me? I don't know.
And I love that. So the young generation coming up right now, for
Right.
you to be vulnerable and speak so intellectually, and to say that there's a piece of you that, of course, they judged,
Right.
but there's that experience that takes you out of that, and it's that completing, and I mean not completing, like actually putting out goals and making them happen.
Right. Right. You gotta manifest everything you do, bring it to fruition. Like I knew I was gonna be here before I was here. You know what I'm saying? I always, like, everything I do is for manifestation or fruition. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, like, I've learned, like, good energy can even be overwhelming.
That's right.
Like I've found myself, like I done lost
Anything,
myself.
too much of anything is not
bad
good,
for you, you know
right?
what I'm saying? So it's like I've literally like lost myself or went through trials where I didn't feel like me, and then like went on them journeys, like, and I'm talking about them dark shits, like them shits where it really get dark, like you don't even know what you want, and you could be good, you could have all the money in the world, all that shit don't matter when your brain, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like they get dark on that journey, but like what you learn, even if you read like The Alchemist and shit like that, like it's all about the journey, it's never about the destination. You know what I'm saying? So it's like niggas gotta understand, like what I learned is like how to accept it or like love it and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So I be liking the moments, because I start thinking about shit like when I have a documentary, like somebody gonna play you cause me. As long as I keep doing good on and staying on my path, somebody gotta be you in 20 years.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody has to play you during this moment. You feel me? Like, so I look at it like everything I do is for the world. Like, you know what I'm saying? As long as I play my cards right. And it's not really a right or wrong way to do it. You just gotta do it. Because if you take yourself out the game, you automatically lost.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm assuming that's why your name is Chess.
And it's funny because I had that name since I was 7 years old. Like I played chess. I've been playing chess since I was a baby. Not a baby, but like 7, 8 years old. You know what I'm saying? My Uncle Sleepy named me chess when I was a kid. I mean, I just always like, that's my favorite game. So like I used to always play that shit.
And I love that because names do manifest. I feel like names are a type of a manifestation, you know, from when we name you, from when you're born to the nicknames we give them. And you know what I'm saying? I feel like all of that is a manifestation.
Right, definitely.
So 2 albums out.
Yeah.
Yo, General of the Generations.
Mm-hmm.
Just that title. I mean, he don't have to get deeper. Does he have to get deeper again?
I always liked you, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't know, it's a gift. Like, and that's another thing too. Like, I don't like cameras growing up. Like, and I'm not really necessarily shy, cause I'm an introvert as well as an extrovert. You know what I'm saying? But it's weird because it literally just depends on what we talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like how much I care about the conversation. Like some things I just learned that I don't have enough. Like, you know how growing up you learn if you don't got nothing good to say, don't say nothing at all.
That's right.
I just learned, and I'm not saying I'm perfect with it, because I could say something wrong and somebody else I might offend people, so I apologize. But in the same token, I just learned, like, bro, if I don't care for the conversation, I'm not gonna indulge in it. That's the dumbest thing I could do, because now when people want my opinion on it, or want to tell me theirs, it's my fault. Yeah, I gotta give it to them because I put myself in that. Like, that's my fault. You know what I mean? Now I'm mad at them because I feel like what they saying is stupid. And I never even had to butt in on their conversation. Let them talk who they talking to, feel how they feel. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
sometimes you gotta let people be. You know what I mean? For the sake of yourself. That's the crazy part. Like, you know.
I mean, everything we do, I feel like that's where the lines get crossed. That we forget that at the end of the day, it's for the sake of yourself.
Right.
You know, so it should always be the better of yourself. Still thinking of others, of course, but it's just that better of yourself, because what you want for yourself, you're going to want for others.
Exactly. And going forward with your question, because I don't want you to think I drifted off. I was listening to you. Like,
Nah, he's too on point. This guy, like, this
like the reason, like, I named my album General of the Generation is because I feel like I'm the general of the generation. Like, and not because I'm the most gangster or the toughest because I feel like the way I lead, like mentally, even when I'm talking about right now, I could talk about the toughest shit in the world. I know all the y'all favorites. I grew up with half of them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I could tell you who really bout some shit and who really not if I wanted to. Like, I could do a lot of shit, but that ain't my bop. That ain't even my wave. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even care for that shit. Like, it's just like I was talking about earlier with the conversation. My mission is making sure that niggas' head is in the right place at the end of the day. Niggas gonna start getting some money, you know what I'm saying? But other shit gonna start happening. People gonna have their hand out, you know what I'm saying? People gonna want things, or people gonna feel that ways about you making money and having success that they don't have. You know what I'm saying? People gonna remember you all of a sudden, and they ain't remember you 5 months prior to that. Like, it's a lot that come with being successful or being fucked up. And knowing that I've been in both situations, I feel like my gift, one of my like purposes of being here is just spreading the word. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just let you know how this shit could go one way or the other, and it may not go the way it went for me, that it may go for you. It may go better or worse. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, all this shit is for you to take the jewels and go where you want, because I didn't always have somebody to tell me the same shit. You feel me? And I appreciate the ones that did, because I wasn't flat fucked up out here neither. Like, I had a family that supported me and a mother that wanted me to be something to myself, and you know what I'm saying, and certain friends that, you know what I'm saying, had a good mindset or a good head on their shoulder. Like, you feel me? Like, no funny shit.
Wow. A true blessing, bro.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So you can't take that shit for granted
You
at
didn't
all.
come with the jewels, you came with the juice.
I appreciate
You still
it.
got the juice. What comes to mind?
I don't know. I just thought of mad shit, but I don't know if I'm like, cause I started thinking some real Tupac. You feel me? I started thinking some real, you know what I mean, Still, you know what I'm saying, Raheem, Bishop Q type shit.
All that good stuff.
I went to Juice for real in my head. I ain't gonna lie.
Nah, but Juice was exactly what you came with. The gems you dropped today. What do we have for 2023 coming?
2023, man, I'm low key on a promo one. I got OBX coming. That's Out of Body Experience. it's really gonna be a few tracks, nothing too crazy, like an EP. You know what I'm saying? Just of another sound of mine. You know what I mean? Cause I got mad shit in the chamber to play with. Like I got over 1,000 tracks that nobody has heard. You know what I'm saying? With me, sometimes like I go through dilemmas where, like you know, like I told you, I've been rapping since I was 7 years old. I've been in the studio since 10, 11, and I've been battle rapping since 13, 14 years old. You know what I'm saying? So literally, I went through phases where I felt like I'm better than I used to be. So I don't be wanting to drop music that I didn't drop in 2020 and 2023, because I feel like I've elevated so much in my life, or I'm a better person mentally or physically than who I was in that time frame, where I want to drop more soulful music, or I want to drop, you know what I'm saying, or I might feel like I'm on bad time and I'm not in a good place where I want to be, you know what I'm saying? So it's just, it really depends on where I'm at or what part of me I want to express to people at a time. You know?
But always remember, there's always somebody out there going through
the same thing.
That same thing,
right.
That same, you know, because we're going through, timing is key.
Right.
You know, so sometimes you got them gems and the old stuff.
Right. I ain't gonna lie, the way I talk definitely resonates into my music. You know what I mean? Like I don't just be out here saying no, like hoopla shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I'm the most. Yeah, I'm not saying I'm the most technical, lyrical, spiritual, like, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, you know me? I definitely.
But you are.
Yeah, like I definitely take you somewhere else other than just doing something like harming our own people, or you know what I'm saying? I definitely could take you somewhere else other than that. Like you'll feel victorious behind listening to some of my shit, not just like, you know what I mean?
Nah, this is for the culture, yo. Chess, it was a pleasure.
I appreciate you.
Bronx in the building, baby.
Still got the juice.
Still got the juice.
Cake life.
Here.